Welcome to Morning Infusion with Dr. V. Have you ever wondered what your patients say about you when they are no longer in your presence? Well, my name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I'm the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to equip healthcare professionals to be spiritually and physically fit, financially stable, able to lead with integrity, to decrease error at the bedside, and in leadership, to lead a full, empowered life. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals, to show up exceptional on a daily basis. You can follow us on Twitter at The Nurse Nurturer, Instagram at VP Nursing, and if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can also visit our website at vpnursing.com. Now, we have a special guest with us today, Miss Valarie Brooks. Valarie R. Brooks is the CEO of Valarie R. Brooks Real Estate and Business Academy and is nationally known for her business acumen, knowledge of real estate, and is a business owner with offices in the Carolinas and Georgia. Having sold over $3 billion, wow, of real estate, her success resides in that real estate is simply in her DNA. Valarie is as passionate about her career today as the day she began. She continues to rank among the top 6% of realtors in Charlotte area. Valarie was featured in Forbes magazine in 2019 and 2020 as a real estate market leader. She is a member of the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing, a 5-star award recipient for 10 years. She's also been designated as HGTV, get it, girl, Charlotte real estate expert. So welcome. I'm super excited to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
So normally we have healthcare professionals on here, but I kind of wanted to tell a little bit about your story and kind of how you began. So tell us about why you chose real estate as a business, as the trajectory in life.
Well, actually, real estate chose me. I had no idea that real estate was ingrained in me until after I graduated graduated from college and then stepped onto an airplane and I became a flight attendant. But the reason that I say it's in my DNA is because my dad was an entrepreneur before the word became cliche back in the day. We had some land in a small town in Georgia. And actually, my grandparents almost lost the land. And he and my mother, they worked hard to save the land. My dad got 2 jobs and he was determined to save the land. And he saved the land and he put mobile homes on the land. So I used to go with him to pick up the rent. And then that day is Daddy and Val's day. So we would go pick up the rent. And then after we would get the rent, we'd go to Burger King. And see, I'm a foodie. So that was a big day for me. And I just related, going to pick up the rent to Burger King. So I asked my dad, I said, well, Daddy, because we get rent, I was about 7 or 8 years old. I said, is that why we can eat at Burger King? And he said, yes. He said, indeed it is. And as I look back, he was a little bit surprised at me asking that. And he told me, he said, well, you know what? The thing about it, Val, is you have to own the real estate. You have to own the real estate in order to eat at Burger King. And that became ingrained in my DNA.
I love it. I love that story. I know that's right. Like going to the candy store,
If
you do this,
I want to eat.
I know that's right. Now, tell us about kind of going from millions to nothing and rebuilding, because that's an amazing story.
Okay. I married my Superman. I mean, we were a golden couple. And as a matter of fact, we are still friends today, even though he's my husband. He is my husband, good guy. And we married with plans. And it's so funny when he first proposed to me, he thought that I was a fly girl, flight attendant, running around here with, no savings, no money. He didn't even know I bought my first house when I was 19 years old.
You
And
better do it. You better do it.
bought my first house when I was 19. Yeah, I was in college. But we married. We were both hard workers. We both had dreams, and we invested in a lot of real estate. Some I already had before we were married. And then he was working with the government, and he just woke up one day and said, "Hey, babe, I want to go. I want to do something else." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Whatever you want to do. You supported me through my dreams. It's time for me to go for yours." And so he wanted to open dollar stores, and we did.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, yes. So we opened dollar stores. We had three, and with the dollar stores and with my real estate, we became multimillionaires, and it was a good life, an excellent life. I mean, we didn't overspend or anything like that, but my knight in shining armor got on drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was my superhero, and this man that would leap tall buildings in a single bound for me. Um, uh, now that we talk about him, I asked what happened, and he said, "You know what? I just don't know." But by the time that I realized he was on drugs, I had about 5 of my properties to foreclose, even the
Wow.
property that we were living in. Um, I was nervous. I was scared. I was thinking everybody in the city would think that I was on drugs with them. I had a really great reputation in Charlotte as a great realtor and a hard worker. I lost everything. We lost everything. And I was I was devastated. I was devastated. This was during the time of the crash, the real estate crash. And so realtors had really lost their jobs. We didn't even have jobs. My father had died during that time, and it was absolutely horrible. So my sister in Atlanta, Georgia, quit her job to come and save her baby sister. And she said, "I cannot let you go that way." And I remember one night I was sitting in the house that I was about to lose, and I said, "I need to use my resources." And the next day, I went to the very first attorney that did my closings, and I told him what was going on. And long story short, he helped me to save the house that I'm still living in today. But all of the other houses, I lost every last one of them, even the ones that I had prior to him, because I did not know it. But my bank account only had $5,000 in it by that time.
Wow.
Yes, I found out from him and from learning about drug users, they become master of disguises. And he was so still the same in front of me that I didn't know.
Right.
Yeah, so I went from having millions in the bank to 5,000 in the bank, and then my body shut down on me.
Wow.
Yes, I had a bowel blockage, and I ended up having to go into the hospital for 32 days. I was in the hospital for 32 days for a bowel blockage. And the main reason I was still there is because they couldn't get the tube. I'm sure you know about that tube that they have to place inside your nose and the right side, and it has to come out.
Right.
And suck the poison out of your body. But I was in the hospital for 32 days, and I just really, I never thought my life was over. But even while I was sick, I was thinking of ways, what was I going to do when I get out? Because I had to save my soul. I had to become my own superhero. And so while I was in the hospital, I had so many unexpected angels to come my way while I was in the hospital, because my family's in Atlanta, but my sister and my mother made it here, my best friend made it here. But all the unexpected angels, including the nurses that was there taking care of me in the hospital, they were absolutely awesome. And as a matter of fact, I keep in touch with 4 of them now and a CNA. And the 4 that I keep in contact with, I've sold one of them a house. And the CNA that I keep in contact with, well, she was a CNA. She's an LPN. Am I
Right.
saying?
You're saying
Yep.
it right. You're saying it right.
She said that I inspired her to become an LPN. And then she went to Atlanta. She moved to Atlanta, my hometown. And to show you how special these healthcare providers are, my mother became ill in Atlanta, and she is now, to this day, right now, assisting me with my mom and my sister. My sister is physically the home health care provider, but she's assisting my sister. And the other three nurses that I met, I had so many flowers in my room I have allergies, so I just couldn't have that many flowers. And my mom and the guy that I was dating at the time suggested to the nurses, can we just pass these out to people that are in the hospital without flowers, or with, they don't have any visitors. I had an overflow of visitors, which I was really surprised at. And they passed out the flowers, and the nurses assisted us with that. And that was shocking. My every need was met. They were very good communicators with my people, my mom, my sister, my best friend, all my other friends that came. And I can't say enough about them. I still send them birthday cards. And pre-COVID, I would go up there and visit them every once in a while and take them lunch, just surprisingly, and just drop it off and leave.
Oh.
And I tell you, the nurses are the ones that gave me strength, because they didn't even know me. And they would compliment me. They would tell me, oh, you're in here a long time, but I bet you never come back after this because you're strong. And they would tell me things like that. And they would tell me they loved my work acumen, because a couple of them had known about me prior to me coming in, just known about my real estate. And it was just a wonderful experience. How can you say being sick is a wonderful experience? It's because I had wonderful nurse care providers, healthcare providers. They were awesome. And I think I always say that nurses are the unsung heroes.
It's that's two lessons that you gain from that. Number one, the fact that you kind of lost everything, but it was in your mindset that you were like, I've just got to figure out how to come back. And the fact that you had these awesome healthcare providers that were at your bedside, taking care of you and helping you through that. So kudos to both of you. What hospital were you in?
Presbyterian North, which is on Lobont.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So kudos to the nurses that are at Presbyterian North. If you're out there listening, we need to share. Yeah, so we need to share this video with them. Now, you said that you kept in contact, and you kept in contact because of their care that they gave you. Now, as a patient, given the stresses that that nurses are going through on a daily basis, what is some advice that you would give to the nurse and the patient to make their day better for them both? Because sometimes it's that communication, is that back and forth between the nurse and between the patient. Apparently you were just a wonderful patient, because sometimes it doesn't work that way.
It's not just me. My mom had a cardiac arrest, and
wow.
She was. Yeah, but she came back. She came back. And we were in Birmingham, Alabama, and then I had to drive from Birmingham to Montgomery. Mm-hmm. Is it Montgomery? I can't even think. It starts with an M. Montgomery, Alabama? Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And I had to get there, and it was around Christmas time. The care providers there were so good to my mom. One of them was so good that when it was her off day, my mom would get an attitude. She was like, do you get off days? And she was like, yes, Miss Scales, we get off days, and I have to go. And my mama became so attached to this nurse, and she wasn't doing anything other than being kind.
Right.
And what I noticed is that even though you guys make rounds, you all were making them so effortlessly with me and with watching my mom, you sort of made us feel like we were your only clients, not clients. I'm so used to saying clients in real estate.
Patient.
Your only patients, but we knew better because, right, of course, and we don't know, we have no idea of how your system works. All we know is who's in front of us. So make it easier in which way, for you or for the patient, your question.
So either one. How would, like, someone who was listening, how would they make, and not that, we don't come here, we come here to serve, right? And our goal is to make your day better. But, if you were the patient, like, how did you, because you apparently had something special that you are able to keep in contact with these nurses up until this point. That is, because you don't always do that. And some people don't do it for, professional reasons, right? But everybody is not like that. So
the thing is, you mentioned the mindset earlier, and I believe in the mind is your strongest muscle, in my opinion, but it can be your worst enemy. So it depends on which way you want to direct your mind. Now, even when I was going through all that trauma, I never thought I would not come through. I never thought that. I was trying to figure out how. Mm-hmm. I never said, why me? Never say why me, because you have to realize that life happens.
That's
and
right.
You have to be strong enough to meet the battles of life. I know for me, God doesn't give big battles to small soldiers.
I'm
not a small soldier.
Say that one more time. Say it one more time.
Big battles to small soldiers, and I'm not a small soldier. I'm just.
I love that. I love it. Yeah. Now, what are some of your biggest failures? Which, we don't consider them failures, really. We just kind of falling forward. And what did you learn from it?
Biggest failures. Yeah, I fail at something almost every day. Almost every day.
You're in good company.
Guys, is when I first opened my company, I was given my agents fish. I was feeding them, and I was not teaching them how to feed themselves. Mm-hmm. So when we had the crash, a lot of my agents had to bail out because I had not taught them, and I blame myself for it, even though you should be a self-motivator. But if I take you under my wings, it is for me to, as you say, nurture you. Mm-hmm. And that was one of my biggest failures, but I learned from it. And now I teach my agents how to fish, as well as I coach now and I train now. And I have a really, really great course that helps realtors make real money, as well as I teach them the business of real estate, and that real estate is a business.
That's right.
You're just not writing contracts on the hood of a car back in the day. And I also just teach them that professionalism, and this is going back to your question about your nurses, professionalism and a smile
takes you a long way.
Yes, ma'am. And if you make a mistake, you'll easily be forgiven. I'm sorry I made that mistake. How can I make up for it?
That's right. That is really, really good. I love that. And, I tell people all the time, because, every now and then you'll get people who, they'll think you have a whole lot of money. And so they'll come and ask you for money. And I say, I'll teach you how to fish. Okay. But I'm not going to give you the fish. Okay. Because that's not what we do. Because you're going to keep coming back to me and you're going to keep asking me for money. And that's not the way it's going to roll. Okay. So I love that. Mm-hmm. Now, what advice would you give someone who wants to follow a similar career path as yours? Because to be honest, there are some healthcare professionals who are not necessarily happy with healthcare at this moment. And of course, we want them to stay there. But if they wanted to get into real estate to create another stream of income, because that one stream of income is not going to take care of you. You need to have two streams of income. So you tell us how they can work that out.
Well, I have never been in agreement with real estate being a sidekick. Okay.
Well, maybe it's the main kid.
Real estate is a wifey. Real estate is not a side chick.
Gotcha.
So I think if you're going to be good in anything, you have to have a passion for it. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say I want to go into real estate as a side job or just to make money. You've got to have some interest. And I don't think that's just in real estate. And this is just my opinion.
Gotcha.
I think in order to become really, really excellent at what you do, just like you just said, nurse care providers, you all want to take care of people. Right. In order to be a nurse, you have to be okay with that, because there is no way you can't. You have to like that, not with what you all do. And I saw it firsthand. And a lot of times you don't have patients that are kind, and you have patients that can be irritable, sick, and mean. And I saw all of that. So, and the same in real estate, people are people. You're going to have people that you love and people that you don't want to see ever again. But you got to still like coming into that office. And I love going to work every day. And it's not an exaggeration. Now, I get tired and everything, but absolutely love my career. So I would say to a nurse care provider, am I saying that right? Healthcare provider, nurse, I got everything. Anything that you want to do on the side, you need to have pure interest in it. You really need to be interested in it, or it won't last.
That's right. That is for sure. Now, name someone who is a major influence in your life. How and why are they so influential in your life?
My mother.
Okay.
Yeah. My mother taught me many things that she didn't know she was teaching me. She taught me awesome things, and she taught me things not to do. She taught me things to do and things not to do.
Okay.
So the great things that she taught me that she didn't know she was teaching me is that she was very afraid for me growing up, because I was always different. When the kids were out playing kickball, I had a lemonade stand. And when I bought my first house at the age of 19, it made her so nervous. She was afraid of the fact that I was not in corporate America and that I didn't have a paycheck coming every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And so what she taught me, and she didn't realize it, we talk about it today, to this day, was I can't let her fear infiltrate me. Yeah, so she inadvertently taught me that. Okay. Now, what she was aware of and that she taught me is to be educated, because she used to always tell me, if you can read, you'll never get lost.
That's right.
So I made sure I knew how to read, and she was a big proponent of education. And I made sure I attended college. Now I can tell you, I wasn't really interested in college. I wanted to get right out there. But I really completed college for her. I did, but I'm glad I did,
Right.
And she taught me also that a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
That's right.
And my mom is a straight 9-to-5er. She would not venture out any other way. And that taught me everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur, just like everybody's meant for corporate America. And that taught me to meet people where they are instead of expectations for people.
Sweet.
I have no expectations for people.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, what are some of the things that you do now to ensure that you maintain your mental and physical health, given that you're so busy?
Oh my God, yeah. I make sure I am surrounded by positive people. Um,
I
now,
say that sum total of the people I can say this until I'm blue in the face. Sum total of the people you hang out with. And if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Period. Period.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I've never been one to necessarily want to belong. So I didn't know that I was bringing my own table. I didn't know that. I was just being Valarie, you know.
Ah,
But I just believe you need to believe in yourself, believe in your mind, take care of your health. I believe health is wealth. Now, during COVID, I did gain some weight, but I'm losing it back. I'm walking every day now. I take a break even when I know I have 89 things on my to-do list. I still take a break and call a friend and laugh and talk. I believe in laughter. I believe laughter is good for the soul. I'm a comedian. I think you know that, V. You know, my career can be so serious. I think you also should create your own surroundings. If you like beautiful surroundings, make your home beautiful so that you'll be excited about coming home. Um, Whatever you desire in your heart, I think you need to create it in the people that you're around, your atmosphere, your career, everything. You're the creator of who you are. And I truly believe that.
sweet. I love that. I love it. I love it. Now, lastly, can you give a shout out to all the healthcare professionals out there and tell them how good of a job you think that they are doing?
I don't think that they're doing a great job. I know that they're doing a great job. Yes, ma'am. If it weren't for you, nurses, healthcare providers, if it were not for you, I don't think I would have gotten out of the hospital in the record time that I did. Even my doctor said, even though it was 32 days, but with all that was going on with me, I could have been there longer. Um, I just think you guys need to be praised. I think you're unsung heroes, honestly. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but that's the way I feel. But I just love the work that you guys are doing. You're motivators, you're inspirational, and continue to please do the great job that you're doing. And the main thing that I say you guys are is fearless. You're so brave. You're brave. I will tell you, I don't know if I could do what you do, because you all are very brave. Every day, you don't know what you're going to face.
That's true.
Every day.
That's true. That's true. Thank you so much. You have been absolutely wonderful. I absolutely love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I
Yeah,
love
my next house will be built with you. So my name is Dr. Viola Pierce, the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer, facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V. Our goal is to equip healthcare professionals to be spiritually and physically fit, financially stable, able to lead with integrity, to decrease error at the bedside. You can follow us on Twitter at the Nurse Nurturer, Instagram at VP Nursing. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can also visit our website at vpnursing.com.